Greetings, my dear viewers. Pyramid on Air.
The 66th episode is finally out. This episode is amazing. Incredible effects and a rich variety of events. This episode also broke the running time record. This time, the episode lasts a full 3 minutes. Let's look at every detail of each Easter egg together. In this video, you will learn what the TV men really said, what's wrong with Plunger Cameraman, who hacked the Alliance tablets and what is written in the hacker's message, what really happened to the Titans, what does the number on the agent's tablet mean, what is encrypted on the scientist's badge, what did Titan Man say to you at the very end of the episode. You will learn this and much more by watching this video to the end. So like and subscribe to the channel and let's get started. First of all, I would like to draw your attention to the fact that the quality of the episodes has become much higher. Look at the quality of the explosions and the quality of the special effects. If you pay attention to the description of the video, we see gratitude aimed at a specialist working with particles. This means that the Dayfook team is booming, expanding, and this means that wonderful, beautiful episodes await us. Also in the description, we can see a mention that this is the last battle. The final battle begins. But since we see a question mark, this tells us that there is not such an unambiguous position here. Perhaps this is not the finale after all. Besides, as you have already noticed, I like to wait for short versions that come out the next day after the full version, because it is in the short versions that additional hints and Easter eggs appear, with the help of which you can make a better, in-depth and detailed analysis of the episode. If we pay attention to the description of the short version, we can understand that the author of the series emphasizes the fact of the importance of the fury of the Alliance. In the first part of the short version, it is written, "Cameramen go berserk." In the second part, it is written, "Women characters unite for the battle." If you remember the last series, the Titans of the Alliance separated from the main battle groups, chasing the fleeing G-Man toilet. Most of the combat helicopters headed to the Skibidi base. And now, at the beginning of the 66th episode, we see another attempt by the Alliance to capture the main base of the Skibidi toilet. In the frame, we can see a new type of Skibidi toilet. He is wearing a camouflage cap and ear protection and safety glasses. We see the Speakerman sound wave. In this battle, Speakerman and Cameramen joined each other. Please note that on the hangars from which the troops come out, there are square toilets. What they are intended for, it is not yet clear. Most likely these are air defense installations that are not working for some reason. Alliance fighters shoot down a Skibidi helicopter and it falls on top of its comrade. Large cameramen now use the bazookas. As we can see in episode 53 previously, they only use batons. Pay attention, there is a large speaker on fire. Large cameraman gets shot down with a rocket. Oh my God, what beautiful explosions. We can also see the Speakerman from the 25th episode drive the toilet. Now he is helping his comrades and delivering ammunition to the battlefield. Next, we see a new modernized helicopter camera. This helicopter is equipped with 8 powerful rocket launchers. He successfully hits the toilet while wearing a cap, but he is immediately shot down, and it falls, blocking the exits from the hangars. Next, we see how POV cameraman attacks the Skibidi toilet with his stun rifle. Take a closer look in the distance on the billboard. You can see some kind of inscription. In the main, full version, it is not visible, but if you open the short versions, then in addition to your favorite music, we can see the inscription, "Real Threat." But I will tell you about this later, so watch the video until the end. Pay attention to the quality of the effects. They have clearly gotten a lot better. We also see that the agent is working with a partner. One of them paralyzes the enemy, and the second finishes off a special weapon that shoots iron harpoons. We can also notice that Alliance aircraft are arriving and the attack on the base is intensifying. At the same moment, we notice a green flash. This means that a secret agent teleported not far from the base. Notice the canyons and how likely we are somewhere in Arizona. Immediately after the teleportation of the secret agent, on tablet POV cameraman, new message coming. If you look closely, the face of a secret agent appears in front of the message, and the inscription that is still "No one can read normal." Watch the video to the end and you will definitely find out what is written there. Please note that the tablet has the number 1056, but I'll tell you about this later, so watch the video until the end. In the picture in the message, we see 2 dead Titans and 2 Skibidi bosses. I'll tell you whether this picture is fake or real at the end of this video. As we can already understand, all agents received exactly the same message. This news shocked the Alliance and instilled a state of berserkers. Pay attention to the description of the short version. The importance of this moment is emphasized there. There is no doubt, Alliance tablets hacked by secret agent. But we'll figure out whether the picture is fake a little later. In turn, the entire Alliance accepted this picture as the pure truth. Each agent realized that he had nothing more to lose, so they started throwing everything on the ground. And in a state of frantic rage, clenching their fists, they all rushed together into the final crushing attack. This incredible scene creates goosebumps on my skin. And now we see that the Alliance has broken through the line they were trying to overcome. It was wild fury that helped them in this. Already on the threshold, we see a defeated toilet with glowing darts. This means that the camera woman is already on the territory dealing with enemies, which gave the entire team an even more powerful combat impulse. They literally jump on the enemy with their bare hands, and they begin to deal with the enemy. At this moment, we see that the secret agent helped POV cameraman and handed him a combat bayonet knife for hand-to-hand combat. It was without a doubt a secret agent because before that there was no one on the road. Therefore, we can confidently say that this character was teleported. And we also see that he is very calm while everyone else is running forward in a rage. We have already seen more than once how the secret agent helps the Alliance. For example, in episode 62, he gives the agent special headphones. Please note that the secret agent usually always helps the one who films the main events on his camera. This is very important, and later you will understand why. Next, the agent is attacked by a miraculously surviving military toilet. But he is already without a cap and with broken glasses. But at the last moment, Speaker Woman comes to the rescue, and her close relative, Dark Speaker Man. As always, they use ninja techniques and jump on top of their heads. It's a real lightning attack. POV cameraman moves deeper into the base, but a Skibidi helicopter flies out to meet him. Next, we see how paralyzing darts begin to hit him, and his missiles fly past in different directions. At this moment, we finally see Camera Woman. She, as usual, using the homing system, hits enemies right on target. Look carefully. She also manages to pose with a thumbs up. If you remember, we already saw her battle mode in episode 52. One gets the impression that she really loves to pose just like Plunger Man. But more on that later. All targets have been hit and the agent can move further into the base. We see how the fearless Speaker Man walks with a calm gait but gets shot for it. And then we see that we were attacked by a giant toilet spider. He's trying to shoot us with his ding-dong cannon, but suddenly we see a fighting ninja toilet fly out at the spider, which ones we have already seen in the 50th episode. We notice that his systems are broken, and after a fatal collision, we realize that he was under the control of the TV woman. We already saw this technique in the 49th episode. Then, having completed their tasks, the woman will be joined by her friends. As I said earlier in my detailed reviews, this will definitely happen. Returning to the description of the short version, the author of the series himself emphasizes the importance of this event. Please note that Speaker Woman has light-colored knives in her hands, although she usually uses black ones. Next, POV cameraman turns around to the Speaker Man lying on the ground and gives him his hand. We all understand perfectly well that this is a reference to episode 24, but if we compare these two speakers, we will see that they are different. In any case, the main idea here is that different alliance groups help each other. By the way, it's strange that the speaker remained alive and unharmed after Spider was shot from a ding-dong cannon. Then, having completed his job, Dark Speakerman returns to us, and immediately at this moment a huge mechanical toilet strider appears, which we saw in the 65th episode. But his actions are interrupted by a lightning strike. One by one, the laser cannons are destroyed, and in the finale, a fatal blow is dealt to the legs. At this moment, we understand that the plunger cameraman is back. Please note that he no longer has a fixation device behind his back, and instead of it, we see two familiar plungers. He also handles the glitch toilet more deftly. Speaker Woman and Camera Woman joyfully applaud the hero. But the TV woman is not very happy with the fact that he behaves too provocatively. But this is not too important for him because he receives support from the leader of the speakers. This is a friendly handshake of respect, a reference to episode 59, where the Titans show respect to each other. Right now, in their absence, the baton of leadership is being taken over by Plunger Cameraman and Dark Speaker Man. By the way, please note that the Dark Speaker Man now puts his knives in his jetpack. Then, suddenly, a cloud of black teleport appears in the distance. From this cloud, the police toilet appears first, which we saw in episode 65, and then suddenly, all the other members of the scientists' Skibidi combat team. We can clearly see his silhouette in the black smoke cloud. The Alliance group rushes to flight, realizing that the forces are not equal, but some are trying to shoot back. The TV woman immediately grabs her fighting friends for teleportation. Black teleport smoke and a container appear in the hangar. The rest of the Alliance members and agents run there. Suddenly, TV Man appeared out of nowhere. He urgently began hypnotizing the cameraman's plunger, and with a voice he ordered him to get out urgently. It would be worth emphasizing that the entire Alliance knows about the violent nature of the plunger. He is constantly being pulled out of heroic fights. Having succumbed to hypnosis, the plunger flies away. Please note that Dark Speaker Man is very close in character to Plunger Man. They are both ready to rush into an unequal battle defending their friends, while TV people are more rational and smart. So TV Man grabs Dark Speaker Man and teleports him with him. Next, POV Cameraman runs to the hangar to hide in the common container. Please note that the large TV Man can carry objects as large as himself. This is not the first time we have met him. It was shown in episodes 43 and 60. Pay attention to the contents of the hangar. Here we see different toilets, which once again emphasizes that this is the base of the Skibidi toilets. Please also pay attention to the fact that the face of a secret agent appeared on the billboard. We could already see a similar Easter egg in the 64th episode. Next, POV Cameraman runs to the container, and the Alliance team is waiting for another large cameraman. He was almost close, but suddenly a mutant hybrid flies out on a jetpack, which we see in episode 62. He hits the agent. Then the large TV man tries to stop him with a flash of light. The mutant quickly covers himself with a saw and puts on safety glasses. Large TV man, outraged by the situation. The container gate closes and teleportation occurs. Then the gate opens and the large TV man orders everyone out. Get out. After this, a small group of the Alliance goes outside. Immediately, we see our already familiar TV man going about his business. We can also notice a strange logo that depicts a genetic spiral and the inscription, Containment Locker. This usually means a place where some very important artifacts are kept. From this, we can understand that this is not only a Telemann base, but also their laboratory with a repository of special genetic material for secret developments. Next, we see a team of heroes. They are exploring the new territory with interest. Or is it just for you that the woman smiles contentedly, enjoying the fact that everyone is surprised by her place of residence? We can also see huge TVs. Their function is not yet clear to us. If there are any versions, please write in the comments. We can see that this is a large multi-story base. TV exchangers patrol numerous floors. On the wall behind the support beams, we see a huge LED screen. There's some kind of infographic running on this screen. Most likely, here we see a display of the vital signs of the Titan TV man. Next, a mysterious TV man is approaching us from the darkness. And by his white coat, you can tell that he is a scientist. The theory that TV men have their own base and their own laboratory with a research center has finally been confirmed. He immediately comes over and uses hypnosis. Then he says the phrase. This remains confidential. A closer look at his appearance. You can see a very unusual antenna on his head. We can also see his badge on his chest. We see that there are some numbers written there. But I'll tell you about this in detail at the end of the video. Perhaps this base is underground. There is also a theory that this base is located in another dimension, and you can only get to it through teleportation. Next, we see the doors of the huge hangar slowly opening, and behind them, you can see a big bright spot. It is located exactly at the level where the Titan's head would be. A blinding bright light shines on the Alliance team. And at this moment, we hear the deep voice of a Titan who pronounces the phrase, "Let's fight."
More theories.
And so let's get back to the theories I promised you. And so let's look at number 1056 again. According to one version, if we add up all the numbers of this number, we get 12. What can we say about the beginning of a global war, Episode 12? And perhaps the cycle will repeat itself. There is also a version that this is an indication of the number 56. After all, it was in the 56th episode that the Alliance tablet was shown, on which messages were received. Thus, the author wanted to remind those who are watching the series for the first time about these devices. By the way, if you are new, be sure to subscribe to my channel and like. Let's go back to the scientist's TV badge. We all already know the race of the TV speaks backwards, and they also write backwards. From this, it follows that on the badge, we see the number 067. This can mean several things. The first is that the number 067 is 3-digit. If we assume that 67 is the next series, then 0 indicates that there will be at least 100 series. The second may mean that 67 is the serial number of the scientist. Then we can assume that besides this scientist, there are many others. So maybe there are other secret bases. Third, it can be a simple Easter egg for the next series, with a reference to the fact that the updated TV Titan will appear before us in all its glory in this episode. I also ask you to pay attention that the head of a TV woman is drawn on the badge. It can be assumed that the scientist is in love with TV women, or she is the commander-in-chief in this secret bunker. Perhaps TV woman means a lot more than we think? Write your theories in the comments. As I said earlier, if you look closely at the short version, we will see the inscription on the billboard. According to the theory, this may mean that the Alliance and the team of heroes teleporting to the TV base may be in real danger. And I ask you to note that the only one who did not get to the TV base is the plunger cameraman. Perhaps the hero will be captured and then he will have to save them. As a life, there is a high probability that the plunger cameraman will save the TV woman and then she will not mock him so much. According to another theory, there is a possibility that the plunger cameraman will be caught and a parasite will be attached to it. And what do you think is the real danger for the Alliance? Write your theories in the comments. What is actually written in the secret agent's message? If you understand the pictures in detail, frame by frame, then you can decode the phrase, "Your Titans are dead." This phrase once again says that the main purpose of the message is to introduce all the agents of the Alliance in a state of berserkers. If you look closely at the frame, we see that the G-Man toilet has no scars on his face. The Titans themselves have some kind of too small size. What really happened to the Titans? According to one of my theories, Skibidi scientist captured the Titans and studies them in detail to steal technology. At the same time, he created mock-ups of fake Titans to convince the Alliance of their death. In this way, first of all, he tried to demoralize the Alliance troops, and secondly, to gain time to research the technology of the Titans. But according to one of my theories, a secret agent intervened in this process and presented this information in such a way that the Alliance soldiers fell into a real rage. There is a possibility that the United Alliance, together with the TV men race, will be able to capture the bodies of the Titans and transfer them to a secret laboratory. It is impossible to analyze this whole rich episode in one video. I'm sure there will be additional videos, so be sure to subscribe to the channel and like it so as not to miss the most important secrets and Easter eggs.